So today we're going to do a little bit different video here than what's normally on the channel. We are going to be looking at the SwampFox low power variable optic here. This is a 1x10, just came out I think about a year ago. It's a great optic if you're looking for a good LPVO scope. This is a good one. We've got it mounted here on a 300 blackout pistol. So let's get into it. So let's look at what's in the box here. This is the 1x10, their Guerrilla Dot BDC long reticle. So this scope you can get, I believe it is $500 and something on their website. You can find some discounts online. I don't need to link to them, but you can find them pretty easy. As far as what's in the box here, we've got this, which we'll talk about in a minute. This is what we're going to use to determine how we use the BDC reticle on rounds that are not 5.56 and are not 308, right? So this is designed for 5.56 NATO 308, but we can use it for anything, right? It just requires a little bit of intelligence and some time doing some math, but it's not hard. I'll show you how to do it in a minute. So we've got that. They give you some stickers, which cool. You know, I'm not gonna put these on my car. Maybe they'll go on a safe. I don't know. You've got your booklet here talking about how this thing works. So that's, you know, great. They give you, this is like a dust cloth kind of deal with a big SwampFox logo on it. Awesome. And then they give you these dust covers, which are pretty nice. You got those. This is an iron sight. I just left that in there. So that's pretty much what's in the box that is not the scope, right? So let's now get into the scope, and then once we're done with that, I will, let's leave this out. I'll show you this and show you how to set this up for a scope that is not for a gun that is not 5.56 or 308. Okay, so things to notice here, things that are important. You have 12 brightness settings, turns off in between each one. The 12 on this model, this is a new model, is pretty dang bright. Then you got 2 night vision settings, which you can barely see if you're in a pitch black room, but I guess that's why they're night vision. For nighttime use for myself around the house, I like to use a 3 or a 4. So when this is next to my bed, I just leave it in between, and then we're good to go. You've got your turrets here. That's how you unlock and make adjustments, right? Now, once you zero the rifle in, you're going to unscrew this one here, reset the 0, lock it down, you're good to go. Same thing on this side. Nice thing about this scope, I'm sure you know if you're watching this video, it has this included throw lever here, which makes it a lot easier to adjust the zoom. All right, guys, so we're going to show you here how to take this SwampFox Arrowhead that has a reticle designed for the 5.56 NATO and the 308 Winchester, how you can use this with any cartridge. And what's helpful is SwampFox helps you do that with this little book right here, okay? So what you're gonna, and we'll get to showing you through the glass here in a few minutes, but this is, I think, what people want to see. How can you use this on a gun like a 300 blackout, which is what I'm using it on, or for any other cartridge, right? You don't have to use this just because it says 5.56 or 308. And that also goes for any optic that says it's rated for one caliber versus the other. You can use it for whatever you want. Okay, now SwampFox makes it easy, right? So let's see how do they tell us how to do this? Right here, okay? You've got your reticle, 5200, 250, 3, 4, 5, 550, 6, 7, and 800 yards, right? And they tell you what round they're using for this right here. That's great. Doesn't even really matter, to be honest with you. What we want to know is this piece right here. You're dropping MOA. They've got it listed. They've got your MOA listed for what these all are. So then what you want to do is go online, get your phone out, get a ballistic calculator, or if you already know the numbers for your specific round, whatever you want to do, you pull that out, show you here what we've got for our 300 blackout, right? So we've got our MOA drops here, okay? So you can just write them all out right here, okay? Then you go and figure out, I wanted to see for the 110 grain VMAX 300 blackout load out of my barrel should be doing about 2200, right? So then you can see what are the MOA drops, how does that work out? So now you just start plugging in your numbers, right? What's closest to what here? So here we found 500 minus 11 minus 12. Regardless of the math, you figure out what your different MOA drops are. You know, we already know what they are marked at here, and then you can come close. So I was able to figure out that, okay, here it's 300, right? If it's 5.56, but that 300 is a negative 3.6 MOA, right? Well, negative 3.48 is what our 300 blackout does at 250 yards. So now instead of it being 300 here, it's 250 for our 110 grain VMAX, right? So you can extrapolate from this what you will and do this for your own rounds, right? You just need a ballistic calculator. So now you can turn a reticle that is designed, air quotes, 5.56 308, and you can use it for anything you want. You know, that's pretty nice, and you know, it's a great scope. And you know, I've seen a lot of guys say, "Hey, I want that scope, but it doesn't fit my my caliber, my rifle." Well, don't worry about that. A little bit of math, and hopefully, you know, whatever scope you're looking at comes with it. But the SwampFox definitely does, makes it very easy. So now I can put this on any rifle I want and figure out what the holdovers are. So. Yeah, hopefully this was helpful. Now let's take a look at the scope itself and the glass and what it looks like. All right, so what we're gonna do now is try and figure out how we're gonna get this scope up so you guys can see through it. So there it is, and this is not perfect, but you can see it's pretty dang clear. This is at 1x. Okay, get some now I want you guys to be able to see full brightness on that. That's pretty good. The phone doesn't like the red there. There we go. We got some good focus. So this is the scope. It's pretty dang good. I'm a fan. But let's turn it up to 10 and see what you think.